Hey YouTube, Garage Boys here. Today we're gonna work on a 2006 Ford Focus. It's the SX3 SE. We're gonna show you guys how to replace the motor mounts, all three of them, their location, the tools required, and also we're gonna show you what noise it's making before replacing them and after replacing. Okay, so I'm driving the Ford Focus right now on the freeway. It's been raining, but when I press the gas, listen to the sound. That's very loud. It happens every time I press the gas, and that's because my motor mounts are out. So we're gonna show you how to replace it. I just want to show you guys the issue. Here it goes once again. Listen. It's basically the whole car vibrating. You may not even tell it's the motor mounts. You may think it's like the muffler or something else. But yeah, it's your motor mounts. So here's the fix. Okay guys, so this is the car after we replaced the motor mounts. And you just hear this out. Hold on. Just check this out. So I gave it full throttle gas right there. And as you can see, there's no more sound anymore. It's clear, it's calm, it's regular. There's no shaking. It doesn't sound like the muffler is bad or the engine. It's perfect. So I'm giving it gas right there. This is like overdrive. So there you go, guys. Now you can even listen to the difference between how it was before and how it is. Alright, guys. So this is our engine, the 2.0, as we mentioned before. This is the 3 mounts that we bought on eBay. This is one of them. Mount number 2 and mount number 3. So we're gonna do them in this precise order. First, we're gonna replace this one, which is located right here underneath the water reservoir. You can see it right there. See, it's this one right there. So we're gonna show you the steps on that one. This one is underneath the car, basically like right about there, but we're gonna do it through the bottom. We'll show you that in just a minute. And you're gonna need a jack for that because we're gonna jack up the car, the engine, so we can replace that. And then this one right here, the final one, this little square one, it's underneath the battery in that area. We'll get to that in just a point. We're gonna start with this one first. We bought the motor mounts on eBay. They were 45 bucks for all 3, free shipping. So here we go. We move on to the motor mount that's by the water reservoir. You're gonna come down here. Make sure you jack up the car. You can use the own jack for the car. Just make sure you hit the engine or the transmission, but make sure you lift it, and it's lift it up at a distance. You can put a 2x4 if you want. I didn't put in this case, but just make sure you lift the engine. It's you elevate it a little bit so you can take out the mounts easily. All right, so now let me show you how to take out the first mount. All right, so guys, the first step to remove the water reservoir, there's a size 10 bolt right here on the side. We're just gonna use your ratchet and a size 10 socket. I'm using an extension as well. So let me just do this real quick. Okay, once you take that off, it actually comes just straight up. There's a little clip here on the side, right here. And all you want to do is kind of push to the side. Let me see. Kind of need a flat head. And on the side, you'll notice there's a little clip. Let's see. Just push this. Just like that. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So there's a little clip right here. See this clips in through here. Just take that out, and now we have space. We can remove this mount very easily. All right, guys. So now that we're here, we're gonna use a size 15 socket, and you're gonna need a lot of extensions for your ratchet. And I'm using the medium size ratchet, size 15 right here. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna remove this, and then there's one here on the side as well. Let me show you that. This one right there, size 15 as well. So we're gonna remove those 3, and then let me show you what else. Okay, there, guys. So we removed those size 15. Now we're gonna remove these 2 nuts right here. They're size 18 each. So just remove those, and let me show you what else. Okay, guys. So now that we remove all the screws and bolts, this whole piece comes out together just like this. Very easily. It's an easy job since you lift the engine. Make sure you do that, and you have to. Now to remove the motor mount from here, from this frame, you're gonna have to come to the bottom, and this side here, on this side, you're gonna use a flathead, and we're gonna force it out. You're gonna have to kind of like bend it just like this, and just play with it until you get it out. You basically fold it out, and then the mount comes straight out. So just do that, and I'll show you how to install the new mount. So let me just fold that out, and I'll show you how to install the new mount. But make sure you just fold that out so you can just come out straight. All right, guys, so we removed the old motor mount. So you have the frame like this. There's a new motor mount, the one we bought on eBay. So what you're gonna do is this flat side, you're gonna slide it in through that hole. It's basically, you kind of see how it slides in. Very easy. So just slide it in and kind of make your way through. What you want, your goal is to have this folded area right here, this folded area, hit this flat side right there. So you're gonna just push it and make your way through all the way. It's very easy, just take your time, make sure you get it right. Once you're done, just put it back the same way we removed it. And now we're gonna move to the second motor mount, which is down underneath over there by where we put the jack. And so don't remove the jack yet, just put this back. And this was really easy, we didn't find any issues. So let's go on to motor mount number 2. All right, guys, so now moving to the motor mount number 2, you're gonna come underneath your car. That's our jack right there. Let me just get down here. Let me get dirty for you guys. Come down here, so there you have your oil filter. That's where we place the jack from the beginning. If you come down here, man, my engine's clean. If you come down here, let's see. This is the motor mount that we're replacing, and it's located right here, as you can see, right here. It's very easy. This is a size 13. It's a bolt right there, as you can see. It's a size 13. And then here on the side, which is, let me see if I can get this better angle. This bolt right here, you get it from this side. It's the same size 13. So remove that, remove this, and then remove this. Make sure the engine has to be, like we said before, jacked up, and you have to leave it like that. Make sure you're in a safe scenario. Make sure the engine won't fall on you. Make sure your jack is safe. And go on and just take this one off, and then this one off. Take the whole thing off, and then replace it with the new one. Basically a plug and play. So let me do that. All right, guys, so we removed both bolts, this one and then also this one. This one that goes right here is longer than this one. They're the same size. They're both size 13 or half. But it's this one is longer. If you put them next to each other, that one is a little bit longer. So this one is a little bit longer. Once you take those two off, again, I can express this enough. Make sure the car is jacked up. If not, you won't be able to do it. All right, guys, so we removed the mount already. We had to put another jack. So once you take out those two bolts that we mentioned before, just jack it up right there. We jacked it up. We added another jack right here. And as you can see, the mount goes here. So it came out straight. It was right here. And when we jacked it up all the way up, it came out straight. You know, it also helps maybe if you loosen up those 3 bolts that hold the frame on the top mount, the one we took off already. I kind of loosened those up a little bit, and then I raised the jack all the way, and the mount just came out straight. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna place the new one, just push it in straight, line up the holes, and put in the bolts, and you're good to go. So just put that back in, and I'm gonna show you now how to remove the third mount. So here we go. So now that we replaced the second motor mount, the third one is located on this side underneath the battery. So what I did was I just took off the battery. I'm still doing the process, but once I take off the battery, my car has this casing. So those are size 13. There's 2 nuts right there. There's one there on the side, and then there's one here. Take those off and remove the battery casing, and the mount will be underneath that. So battery casing, and there we go. That's the third mount, which is this one right here. So make sure, like I mentioned before, the engine is still jacked up. We're just gonna loosen up those nuts right there, and go from there. So let me tell you the sizes that you're gonna need, but make sure that the car's still jacked up. All right, guys, so we're gonna take off these 4 nuts. They're size 15. And this one up there in the middle, it's actually The one you're gonna use for the spark plugs, it's the 13/16, and it fits perfectly right there. The 15, you need a long one. If you use this small socket like this one, you're gonna have issues. You can still do it by putting in the socket first and then kind of barely getting a grip, but you can still make your way and work it out. So just remove those 4 nuts and then the middle one, and then we'll go from there. Let me show you what to do. Show you what we're doing. Like we mentioned before, the size 15. We're using a pipe on the ratchet, just because those bolts and those nuts are just really hard. So use a pipe, it kind of helps you out. And then also for the middle one. So just continue until you take them all off. All right, guys, so we removed all of them. We had a little bit issue with this one. It was very stuck in there, so we had to use some WD-40, but you can do it. Just remember to use a pipe. Now that we did that, now just kind of put a flat head and kind of make your way through. No sides. Do this. Remember, if you're having issues with anything, you can always jack up the car a little bit more, the engine, and it'll help you out. Okay, so we removed the mount, and now when you remove it, you notice that the whole engine is gonna move forward. But that's okay. You can use somebody. In this case, we have somebody helping us here. He's pushing, and as you can see, when he pushes, that thing moves, the whole boat. If you don't have somebody to help, you can use a jack. But what you want to do is just make sure when they push, it lines up so that this thing can fall in. So let's see right now. There we go. There we go. So now we got it. So there we go. We have our new mount back in place. We're going to put everything back together, put the battery. And that's it, guys. That's how you replace all 3 motor mounts on the Ford Focus. I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, please like it, subscribe, share it as well if you want. But definitely subscribe. It really helps us a lot for future videos and stuff. We bought the motor mounts on eBay. They're 45 bucks for all of them. They may not be the best brand, but you know, they're 45 bucks. If you want, you can buy higher end brands. But that's all. Thanks all for watching. Take care.